Shabbat Shalom. The first time I went to the Western Wall, I was 13. I stood there next to my sister. I remember the feeling of my head pressing against that ancient stone. I remember being so small compared to that giant temple wall. And my sister and I, we prayed. We prayed for real. We stood there for a long time, not speaking to each other, but still sharing this moment of intensity. I don't remember all of the things I prayed for or I thought about that day, but I remember one thing, and it's in this week's Torah portion. Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. Can you remember when you first learned the Shema? I can't, and you probably can't either. Before you knew about Jewish theology, Jewish political concerns, or even Jewish ideology, you knew those Jewish words. Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. Hear, O Israel, the Eternal is our God, the Eternal is one. If you grew up like I did in the Reform movement, you used to say, the Lord is our God, the Lord is one, right? Remember? We know a lot about Judaism up here, but the Shema is in here. It's inside of us. Rabbi Akiva was brutally martyred by the Romans with the words of the Shema pouring from his lips. In medieval times, too many mothers and fathers and children were martyred while proclaiming Shema Yisrael, God is one. For centuries before we were born, the phrase has been impressed upon our Jewish consciousness. The Shema isn't something we learn. It's something we've always known, even before we were born. We sing the Shema in the joy of our Torah service, and we utter it in the sadness of a funeral. The children of the synagogue sing it nearly each week of their lives as they pray. So what does it mean? What does it actually convey? We say it so frequently, I'm afraid the Shema often becomes more of a mindless mantra than a consequential creed. In truth, this 6-word saying provides us with little more than a vague notion of its intended message. Experts in linguistics have called the phrase ungrammatical and archaic. What does it mean to you? Why do you sing it each week here? Why do you teach it to your children? Why do you say it when you rise up and when you lie down? I say it because first, the Shema is about Jewish peoplehood. There's an often told legend of the Holocaust where after the war, a local rabbi searched for surviving Jewish children. He entered a church where many children were being sheltered and began reciting the words of the Shema. Young children, many of whom were no doubt kept unaware of their Jewish heritage, instinctively joined in with the words of the Shema. These words remained embedded into their Jewish souls, even if their Jewish memory had vanished. The Shema is like our liturgical umbilical cord, connecting us to those who have come before, nourishing us. Wherever you go in the world, a Jew will know the words of the Shema. Walk into a sanctuary in Israel, India, Italy, or even Illinois, and you'll hear those words. Second, I say it because the Shema is religious, and so am I. It's about theology. The phrase ends with the seemingly simple words, Adonai Echad, God is one. This unwavering articulation of monotheism is the core of our Jewish faith. God is a singular, unique, and extraordinary deity. With immediacy and brevity, the statement Adonai Echad rejects polytheism, Zoroastrianism, pantheism, and Trinitarianism. God is not multiple or many, God is one and only. The Shema trademarks the great Jewish invention of monotheism. Lastly, and number 3, I say it for spiritual reasons. Do you? We know what it literally says, but we also wonder if it is saying something more. A decade ago, I served as a chaplain intern on the palliative care unit at NYU's medical center. I saw terminal patients there. It was very sad. They suffered from all sorts of impossible to understand maladies. Before I entered each room, of course, I said the Shema to myself. I had to. It was obvious. It was necessary for me. Chanting these ancient words assured my footing. They provided me with order in the midst of chaos. I can't really articulate why I did this, but I did, and it helped. There's a spirituality and a power to the Shema, something beyond what we can understand. The Shema holds our historical legacy, our theological declaration, and our spiritual home within this almost magical 6-word sentence. Tonight, no matter what your approach to Judaism may be, I ask you to reintroduce yourself to your old friend, the Shema. You might be surprised by what you find. Shabbat Shalom.